Hello, this is Michael, TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Kodiak Cub 186E little travel trailer. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A few things to take into consideration when you're parking this. On your campsite, I want you to leave plenty of room for this awning. On both ends, leave plenty of room for your beds to open. Then I want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Your power is going to plug in all the way at the rear corner, and then your docking station for campsites will be just above your rear tire on your driver's side of your tow vehicle. Once you arrive, unhook your hitch. First thing you'll do is level your unit. Power tongue jack up here, night docking light. Should you lose power under this rubber stopper, the shorter of the two hand cranks will get down on top of there, a bolt down in there, and get this up and down without power. Speaking of power, check your battery posts, make sure those are good all the time, connected up well. Once we got your unit level, next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. All four corners of the unit have these scissor stabilizing jacks. Remember which one I put the hand crank by. I'm going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. They're going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris, keep them from sinking into hot blacktop. Get your 4-pack of those with your 10% off coupon, put them down, and then run these down until they're taut. Remember, our unit's already level, so we're only going to run these down just until we've got some resistance on the hand crank. So once it feels like it's going to start lifting the unit, that's when you stop. Got your unit level and stable. Now we can hook up our power and water. Big long 30 amp cord here, plugs in here on the side, kind of like a goes in kind of like 11 o'clock, turn it to noon, and then put your gray washer on. Power hooked up, let's hook up your water. At campsites, you're going to hook up to city water connection. Grab yourself a water pressure regulator, because you don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites. Hook that up right here at city water connection. Hook up your hose, but don't turn that hose on yet. Find your hot water heater. Yours is just in front of the tires on the same side. You know what we're doing at this point? Make sure our drain plug's back in there. Get this in there nice and snug. Throw some plumber's tape around that, not putty. Putty will gum up on you. Get that in there nice and snug. Then you can go ahead and turn that hose on. After that hose has been on for a few minutes, go inside. Open up your sinks, your showers. Anywhere you got water in there, open them up. Get a nice steady flow of water going through them. Get all the air out of the lines. And then you'll be all set to camp. Now let's say we're not going to go to a campsite. We're going to go dry camping. In that case, just go around and fill up your freshwater tank. That's located over here on your campsite. Now, no need for a water pressure regulator here. You can fill this with a hose. Just gravity fill it. Two ways to tell it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right here. Or two on the inside where you check the levels of your black and gray tanks. There's also a freshwater button. Keep an eye on that when you're filling it up. Don't leave it unattended. Once it's full, put this cap back on there, and then whenever you want to utilize that water, you'll turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump and hooked up to city water. That is already pressurized. All right, we're all set to camp. Got power and water. Let me walk you around the rest of the unit. Continuing up here in the front, the propane does have a regulator pointed toward the tank you wish to be using. Lefty loosey to open on those. This does have a level on it as well. A little stopper for your override there. Pass-through storage with a magnet to hold that open. Again, our hot water heater. This is a vent for the back of your fridge. This is for condensation for that. It's access for your techs. You can hook up a spray port, quick connect spray port hose to here. Here we've got our city water, our tank flush. We'll talk about that when leaving the campsite. And then your cable for the campsites. Black and gray tanks, freshwater or low point drains. Again, our power. I recommend getting a cover for this tire. You're prepped for a backup camera. Keep these locked. This is how you're going to open these up. Pop that up, and then just lay these down. Got that heavy one handle, bring them down, and bring your material over the edges. We'll go inside and pop that up from in there. Same thing on the other end. You are prepped for a TV out here. Put that on here, 110 and cable. Hood vent for your hood range. A couple of outdoor speakers. Again, your freshwater connection, which means this will be your freshwater drains. Fluid for your furnace, a few things on that. One, make sure it's never blocked. Two, if you're running your furnace, steer clear of this. It does get hot. And they sell bug guards to put over those as well. You have the pass-through storage area. What covers everything out here. Let's open up the front. Take a look on the inside. Easier to grab this handle here. Again, flip our materials down. We'll head inside. Stepping up into the unit. Show you real quick how to set these beds out. Got a shepherd's hook here. Got a clip on this end, curved on the other. The curve is going to go up. Clip is going to clip in here. We're going to push that out. And then our shepherd's hook is going to go up in here. Just that simple. Same thing on the other end. Turning to our right here. Our control panel. We'll go ahead and start running that awning out while I talk about it. So up here is where you'll check the levels of your fresh, black, and gray tanks. Down here is where you turn on your hot water heater if hooked to electric. Your hot water if hooked to gas, it does make a difference. Choose correctly. Here's where you turn on your water pump, porch light, and ceiling lights. Awning. So on your awning, you only want to run this awning out until a flap falls down to 90 degrees and you can see your bar. If I hold that extend down, that will continue running itself out and start to flip up onto itself. So don't run it out further than you need to. Just run it out to your point that you need it. Run that back in. As is, I'll mention your smoke alarm here. Also down in the corner here is going to be your breaker box and fuses. A 110 here. And as my awning comes in, your awning light's working. I tell you, these locks seriously work best when just gently slammed. Alright, we've got a light and fan above our stick lighter. Turn your gas on, stick lighter that. Self-explanatory working microwave. That's the individual lighting. Our other shepherd's hook. Plumbing. Keep an eye on your plumbing. It's all under here now. Access panel right there. If you travel a lot in this and bounce this up and down the road a lot, just look at things and make sure nothing's wiggled loose over time. Your sofa will jackknife down as well. But you take note, there's access into your unit from that outside storage from underneath this bed. So if you're going to be gone somewhere for the day, out camping somewhere or out beyond your campsite, go ahead and make sure that your outdoor storages are locked. Your table will also fold down, folding legs. Put on these, put flat cushions on top, give you another place to sleep. You're prepped for a backup camera in here. Excuse me, prepped for a television here. Here's your antenna, sound system, AM, FM, Bluetooth.
The most dramatic pauses.
So, nice sound system. Indoors and out, outdoor speakers.
101.5.
Yep, working good. Put that off, come over to our thermostat. Crank the heat up one time. You hear that? There's your return for it. Now I'm going to shut that off. But you're going to notice it's actually going to take a couple minutes to cycle through before that heat shuts off. Up top here is where you turn on your fridge. Auto means when you're plugged in, you're running off electricity. As soon as you unplug, you're on gas. Lift that up, you're running off gas. If that light starts flashing, your gas is low. AC unit up here. Turn that on here. Quick dumps on the end. Open these. Big blast. All the lights. Heading into our bathroom. I just want to mention here, by lighting, 110 with GFCI reset. There's storage there when you arrive at the campsite. If you're going to hook up to the water, hook up and flush several gallons of water into your tank so that your black tank will thank you later for not putting solid waste into an empty tank. Very important. Down here below the fridge is our carbon monoxide and propane detector. That about covers everything in here. Act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. I like to start by shutting off my lights. Then I see any other lights that are on, our individual lights, that I need to walk through and just shut off by hand. Move our shepherd's hook. We'll lift our beds back up. We'll bring this one down from here. So we push that in, bring it down, that'll all fold forward. Alright, doors and drawers. Walk through the unit, close all doors and drawers, make sure everything's ready for travel. Just saw more lights on. So make sure all of our lights are off. And exit the unit. Normally one person can do this. It's a lot easier with two. We'll lift these up and lock them back in. For our dry camping, we'll bring up our stabilizing jacks and dump our fresh water. And head on home or the nearest dump station, whatever we're in need of. If we're at a campsite, we'll unhook our power, our water, our cable, bring up our stabilizing jacks, and head on up to the dump station. A dump station parks accordingly. Your dump is all the way at the rear, behind your tires on your driver's side. Hook up your sewage hose and pull your black tank. Once it sounds like it's no longer draining, go inside, check the level of your black tank. If it shows empty or close to it, come back out here, leave that handle open, grab the hose at the dump station, and hook up to this tank flush. It's the one in the middle. Hook that up, again, emphasizing leave that handle open. Turn that hose on and let that run for a good 5 minutes, washing all that nastiness out of your black tank. When that's done, remove that hose. Make sure all the washout water you just put in there has drained, and then pull your gray handle. Now while those are draining, I'll go ahead and dump my low point drains. If you're done camping for a while, and you don't want to leave stagnant water in your hot water heater, come up here, lift up on your pressure release valve. Now be careful, some hot water can come up out of there. Then push that back down, and then pull your drain plug for your residual water. More information on your hot water heaters here. When that gray is done, close that gray handle and conveniently and sanitarily store it here in your bumper and head on home. Again, thank you guys so much. Hope you enjoy this Kodiak for many years to come. Happy camping.